Okay, guys, today we're making a stylized hand, and I got this reference from Pinterest. I asked on X what people would like me to make for tutorials because sometimes I don't know what to make, and I got an idea where I should make an hands because someone's finding it difficult to make hands. So I thought about it. I know there are a lot of hand tutorials online, said instead of just making like a generic like spread out hands for like rigging and all, let's make something a bit complicated. So I found this concept on Pinterest and I said, oh, let's just do this. So I'm winging this. So first thing I would like to do is just press W and bring out the gizmo tool, and when you do that and you press one of these primitives here, it will change it hopefully to the primitive. So at this point, it just because this we're trying to block out the hands now, and we want to work on polygon mode because we're moving some of this point, and I like to use either use a skin shade or use this Zbrush stuff. It's the same thing, kind of, just different stuff. So yeah, so what I do is I just reduce the subdivision, just make it just one by one, and just bring it close because now this is going to be our palm, and let me see, palm can be this wide, something like this. Yeah, maybe make it a bit bigger. So the blocking stage is the most annoying, boring stage, and you just have to do it. So I'm just going to turn on my symmetry and just like let me make sure I'm out of perspective, and let me just use the move infinite so that it can move both sides. It can move in infinite mode, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to bring this transform shape like this. No, something like this rather. Yeah. Now the next thing I'll do is just try to get the thumb in. So I have this low poly thumb. Oops, I don't want to do asymmetry, just something here, and just bring this here and scale it down. Okay, that's right. Maybe we can use the move tool and just, if you don't, this is my own personal brush, you could use any brush from the IMM brush, like I think IMM 15. So you can use this one of these spheres, doesn't matter. Oops. So I'm just gonna shape this stuff something like this. Yeah, and something like that. The back, let's just say this is the front part of the palm, and and this is the back, so this should be like this and like this. Trying to make this thing as simple as I can because hands are kind of very difficult to make. So just bring this here. So what we're trying to do is get this shape here. So, and because it's a posed hand, so you have to like sculpt it pose, so it's kind of, let's just get this part just to get the overall shape. So I'm just going to bring another primitive that I just made, and then like just make an IMM brush out of. You can make yours, it's not that difficult to make. Just transform the so I'm just gonna tilt it like this to get that shape. Maybe scale it this way. Yeah, nothing special, just try and form that hand. And so this hand goes this way, so I'll try and mimic that from here. So I'll just mask this aspect and maybe tilt it this way just to give it that feel. And in this thumb area comes up to the front way out. So looking at it now, I'm just gonna just do something like this. And it's, I wish I know anatomy names so I can actually just tell you what it is, but this is just me studying a lot of anatomy and just trying to like see the shapes and trying to teach that to you guys. I don't really care about the names. I'm not a doctor. I don't care. I just want to know what the shape is and why do I need the shape. Which just proves, like, I'm not saying I'm a guru or anything, but this just proves that you don't really need to like know names and go really technical to actually be able to sculpt something reasonable. You can just like practice and you know just do the work. So now we have this, so we are going to create the thumb now. So I'm just going to bring that brush back. I might just give out this brush for free so that you guys can use it because it's really useful. It just has everything I need. So I'm just bringing, you can just use a cylinder or a sphere and just scale it up. Hands are really difficult and I don't want to waste so much time. So I'm just going to take that shape and transform this. So what I like to do is make sure I like to break it into joints so that I can have much control. So usually I was tempted to just make it long like this, but I don't want that. I really want as much control as I can so that when I'm moving this stuff, I can just do whatever I want. So I think something like this. Yeah, something like that. Just smooth it out a bit. Now I'm just going to like duplicate this. And this is not like a super awesome trick. I'm just trying to demystify how difficult that the hands can be, and it's not that difficult if you can just break things into shapes. And that's how our mind works. The minds can, you can see something really complicated and you might be thinking, oh my god, where will I start from? If you can just try and break it into like smaller parts, you just like figure it out. It's not, you find out it's not that difficult to actually do. So yeah, and this is why you should break this up. Now I'm saying, okay, I bent it a little bit too much. I can just do that. And now that I have the same polygroup here, this is cool. I can just select this too and maybe tilt it like this because I think it's tilted this way based on how I'm looking at it. So you just continue moving, right? This is the blocking stage. The only thing you really need is move and smooth. You don't need any other aspect. This tutorial is going to be a long one, maybe 15 or 20 minutes. So you guys bear with me because it's real time. I don't want to skip anything. So anyways, I think we got that. We got this. Yeah. For the blocking. Yeah. Now we want to create this one here. This is quite simple. I think I can actually just make it one cylinder because it's just, there's nothing special about this. So it's not like bending or anything. So I'll take that my long, I call it low long sphere because it's I was actually that's actually what they call it, mispronounced or misspelled. Actually, it's supposed to be like just long stuff. Anyways, I digress. So yeah, I'm just doing this one like this. And okay, guns are not that fat, and just bring it like this. And like I said, this is the boring aspect of it. So let me see if I can do something. Yeah, let me see. Let me see if taper can work. Ah, it works. So I can just taper this and this one. Yeah, that works. Okay. Now I want to do the difficult part, at least. What seems to be the difficult part. I'm done with the simple part now. Okay. Okay. Carry my long spray again. And I don't know if I should make this brush available for free. If you guys need it, please say something in the comments. And if like 3 people ask for this brush, I'll just put it out for free for you guys. If there's not a lot of demand for it, so I'll just keep it to myself. Anyways, okay. Now we get this other spot, this part. Now the thing about the fingers you should know, it's like each finger, if you start, it's like two joints, right? So we have like 3 fingers, like mini fingers. So we have 1 here, 2 and 3. So now the way it works is that this first one is the longest one, this is the second to the longest one, and this is the smallest one. So what you can do is like, the way you can measure this, the way I measure this is like, okay, I just create this one, just assume the shape by looking at reference. Then the second one, I'll just like divide it by like should I say divide, like just cut it, not half, but just a little bit less than half, if that makes sense. Let me just demonstrate that. So I'm just going to scale it a bit like this. Okay, maybe it's too much. And that's that. And I know I have something accurate, And now it's not bent this way. It's actually like goes forward. So since we have the same poly group, I can just mask just this and just bring it like this. Then I can actually say auto group, and so that I can have much control. So I just mask this one. Oops. Bring it here and just do this. Okay. Now I'm just gonna do the same thing again and just do this. But this time I'm just gonna scale this up a little bit more. So it's like you just reduce it by 20% every time. I guess I think that makes more sense. So now we can now like move it to just form the shape. This is even too high poly to actually block out the fingers. I'd rather it's like very low poly. How you have much control to like adjust the point. If you're making this, you can actually just like zero mesh this. You know what? Let's just do that. So that I'm just gonna select this and make it half. And take out adaptive and make it half. Yep, just like that. So now we can auto group this, and now we can actually then use like arc curve. Yeah. So now we this is when you start looking at the reference and say, okay, what is really going on? Because I think the Tom is touching this aspect, so we need to pause this. Just bring it a bit to the front, maybe bring it like this, and maybe tilt it like this. Now, based on what I'm saying, I think my palm is really long, so I can just mask this and bring it up like this. Bring it up and oops. Yeah, that's that. I think this works. This is perfect. And bring this up this way. I don't know any other way to make this as fast as possible. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes I can be a very slow sculptor. I just like to pay attention to the details and make sure everything is right. Because if you can make this aspect right, the other part is easy. So now let's. My bad. Yeah, and something like this. Something like that. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, then this one we can okay. We can fix the rest later. I think we can still bring this down a bit. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, that's it. Now we have this. This can guide the rest of it. Now we know the index. I think that's the ring finger. No, that's the third finger. Right? Yeah, the third finger, the second finger, whatever they call it. So I'm just gonna bring this here and maybe tilt it a bit forward and bring it like that. Because this one is longer. If I'm not mistaken, this is longer, so this should be like this. And this should be like this. And now the last one, which is this one. And typically what I like to do is just scale it down because it's usually is very small. Excuse me. And let's just try and get that pose. And it's tilted like this, I think. And something like this. Yep. So what I can do is I can just mask this too. Go to masking just for easy selection and just like grow mask. I wish I knew the shortcut for this, but I don't. And if anybody knows, let them tell me in the comments. Okay. Yep. And pretty much we're done with this finger, like for real, guys. So now we can actually try and shape in the palm a bit more to actually fit just mask. Oops. Just mask this and just tilt this a bit. That just formed the palm. I'm just going to add more subdivision here with sorry, excuse me, with Z modeler. Maybe smooth it a bit, just tiny bit, just get that shape. Yeah. So now for this aspect of the palm, what I just do is just like you can just get a sphere and just scale it down. But I'm just gonna use this. Hey, no, I'll just control up. Oops, I just auto group this. There's probably a faster way to do hands, but I don't know. For me, it's not fast. I used to be scared of doing hands. It's like when it comes to this aspect, I'm like, what do I do here? Oops. Yeah. I'm like, what do I do here? I'm not scared anymore. I'm a big boy now. So just trying to block all the shapes so that when I start doing my business. And the cool thing you can do is just like dynamic subdivision and to just make it look cool. This is just add some subdivision for you. And you can actually see what's going on. So you can just start shaping this to look right. Now you can actually look at your own aspect of it too. You can like, okay, how does this work? Look at your hands. So right now I can't really see what's here. So I'm using my own hands and I'm like, okay, I see what's going on. Yep, see what's going on. So actually this is what I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to tush. This will come out this way. This will come out this way. Yep. and start shaping because we've gotten the main shape now. We can like start shaping the end. So I'm using like a move topology brush to actually just. It's gonna be a boring tutorial. Jesus Christ, 25 minutes. God damn. I don't know who's gonna watch this, but whoever does, thank you. So slow. Anyways, okay. And let's try and get the knuckles in. Just the knuckles, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use a sphere. Gee, blocking for 25 minutes. My God. Just trying to get that shape. I'm just duplicating this. And to me, this is the best way to sculpt hands, because if you're trying to, I think even the best way to teach how to sculpt hands, because if you're trying to do this like uh manually, just double this, like just push it like sculpting clay build up and all. It's gonna be really difficult. One, to teach, and two, I used to sculpt like that, but I started finding like clean ways to try and get what I want. So blocking it out first is definitely a good way to do this. So this comes to this aspect. This seems like was supposed to be a course, because this is getting too long. But I said I should just show my techniques. Whoever watches it. Maybe some people might learn something from it. Okay. Just auto group this, take this, and just pull this way. So what I can see is that usually the arms are not like the back of the palm. It's kind of act like this. Yeah. So we're going to try and get that. So what you can do is just get a big brush and just pull this way, and pull this way, and maybe use a topology brush and just pull this way. Yep. And what I like to do is just get this and maybe just move it like this, and then tilt to this way a bit. Maybe. Yeah. and just see how to do this one. So yeah, we're getting somewhere. I'm just gonna get out dynamic so I can see what's going on. Yeah, something like that, something like this, something like this, and dynamic it. Okay, so we got our hands. Now we need to join all this together and smooth it out and start sculpting. So let's just make sure all our shapes are good. I'm going to try and like get knuckles for this one. I think this was a bit too easy. I'm scared that I don't want to jump into details and it's gonna mess me up. So just for safety's sake, I'm just gonna create this, scale this down. I'm just gonna do this. Basically, I'm just trying to show you how to simplify this sculpt thingy. Because when you get scared to do something really complicated and it's looking overwhelming, just start breaking it down, just start blocking. It's not that difficult. It just takes time, skills, and patience. Okay, I think this is fine. Okay. I think we got it. Oops. Yeah, I think so. All the groups. Yeah, something like that. Something like that will work. So what you can do is just duplicate this one so you can have it for safety in case you have to go back and everything's all messed up. So I'm just gonna put this in the center and remesh by union. See, that's why you don't do that. So I'm going to apply all this, Ctrl X and delete lower and remesh by union, accept. And we go to our tessellate and just dial down the poly size, maybe just reducing it a bit. It's too high poly. 17,000. Let's pick it back. And let's take it up to see what's going on. Okay, I'm seeing something, guys, that it's a mistake, so I'm just gonna go back. Okay, I duplicated the wrong mesh. So this thing is touching this, and that's not what's supposed to happen. So I'm just gonna bring this down a bit. This is touching this. I don't want that to happen, even if it looks like that's what's happening here. I still want to be able to control this if I have to. So I'm just going to push this back a bit. push this back a bit. Okay, because I can still just push it together when I'm done sculpting. So anything that's touching each other, I want to stop that from happening. Because even after you decimate, you still want to keep the ability to control if there's anything that needs to be. So I think this was even too much. Okay, I think that's it. Maybe this was too flat. Okay. Okay, I think we can duplicate this now. Down there, up, and apply this to the lower. And remesh by union. And this. Yep. And that should be good for us. And yes, we have something really cool that we can start sculpting on. So now we can start looking at these landmarks and just start sculpting and smoothing out. You can now start playing with your clay build up, start doing all the fancy stuff. So now what I'm just doing is just using my clay build up to like blend everything together. So with all the landmarks in, everything is being done for me. Let me see this hand. I'm looking at my own hand now. I'm trying to like see what would happen there, because I don't have an image of the back. So yeah, I'm just going to move this a bit more, smooth it out like this. So I'm going to go out of this so that I can see properly. Let me see if this. Yep. Let's fix this. So now I can just smooth out everything. We got our shape. If you really wanted to have more control, you just stay longer in the blocking stage and make sure you get all your shapes pretty well before you move down to this place. This is pretty low poly, so I still have a little bit of control. And this is a tutorial. I don't want to make it look as if it's my my own personal project where you can actually like, oh, I see something here. So it's already too long anyway, so something. So Just start moving things. Now you can start giving it all those dynamic shape, the stylized feel, you know, those curves. So for this now, I can use clay builder to just drag this down a bit, just to fill in those shapes. And, yep. I think this was a bad idea. Actually, I was just thinking, oh, this looks a little bit too simple. But I think it was supposed to be like that. That simple. So I don't know what I was thinking. So just nope, that's too far. So you do something like this. So even this low poly, I'm still giving those landmarks to help. See, I think this is too far apart. And guys, you can just use your own finger to actually know where all these things are. Then maybe this will be here. Yep. So the sculpting begins. The fun stuff, which is trying to get the shape right. So, something like this. Now I'm just looking at the reference and trying to like copy it, try to get that 1-to-1 from this angle. So I'm just using move tool, smooth brush, and clay buildup. Not using anything. Which that's all. Most of the time, that's tools I use all the time. It's like just those three tools. I'm using like my juice or brush, but you can use a damn standard here too. Yeah. This should have been a live video. I think that would have made sense. Thinking of doing a live video, but I'm not sure I have the stomach for it. But I will definitely do it. I'll face my fears and come to you guys live with few hundred people that watch my videos. I'm not YouTube famous yet, so YouTube famous yet. I think I'm just gonna increase the subdivision just a little bit. Yeah. Beautiful. Now this, I don't think I need to explain this because sorry, I'm just focusing on the sculpt. Because you can just see what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything like special. Like I think you can just see what I'm doing. It's just it's just sculpting. Just moving clay build up and dam standard or just a brush. I think so. So what I just use clay build up to do is just like build up some clay up. Like if I feel like okay I need some volume here, and instead of using the move tool, sometimes I just like to just feel artistic and like feel like I'm drawing clear on it. So you can use the move tool if that's more comfortable with you. And yeah, I think we're getting there. And yeah. Each polish to just make it feel more stylized. Maybe just bring this up a bit. Okay. Clay build up. I'm digging in. I'm not even looking at the reference anymore. I'm just using my own anatomy library of sculpting so many hands. I don't think I sculpt hands a lot. I should. I think I would have been faster in this tutorial if I did. They're annoying, so I don't really bother. So I've not like really practiced on like my hands like that much. I practice a lot on my faces, but hands nah. It's just boring work. Just trying to get those bones in. Bones. So usually this to be here, and this will be here. It's just is this. Oops. There's this point that you just dig here, just to get that shape. Yeah, yeah. It goes like this, and you can just smooth it out. And something again about the hands is that where the index finger is comes out more and this goes in. I don't know why. Ask nature. That's just what happens. So this will actually be like this. Small like this. More like this. Here's the part that's hard to teach because I'm like, what do I say there? Like, okay. I think you guys are learning something at least. So I think I can actually remesh this now and hope. And this is cool because This can just take you so far because topology is like shit. So, and this is 54,000. So I think I can zero mesh to 54, or maybe 15 will give me 54, I guess. Adapt. Yeah. 14 still works. But oops, what I'm going to do is just no. I'm going to yeah, it still works. Oosh, it's gonna be a 1 hour tutorial. I was not planning on this. Okay, now I'm going to did wait. Oh my god. Okay, into this. That's my okay, and I'm going to check it. It looks really good, really good, awesome. And I'm going to like go to project history. Maybe increase this project history. So now this is the way I like to sculpt. Like I want to be able to go back and forth to the low poly, adjust some stuff. Now I'm just going to add some poly groups here so that I can easily select things. Yes. Ctrl W that. Ctrl W. Okay, W that, get out. W that. Oops. Ctrl W that. So now if I do this, it can touch, and I don't have a problem with that because I have full control. Shape is kind of weird. It's not clean. It's not nice. So I'm just gonna solo it and just try and fix the shape. It looks like something. With the sculpting, it is boring to talk. Good. I wasn't expecting this. I was thinking this was going to be quick, and it isn't, unfortunately. It isn't. Hands are freaking hard to make. I hope you guys are learning something. Sure, anybody that sees the length of this thing like, hell no. I'm not spending that amount of time learning hands, you know. So what I'm doing here is using my what do you call it? My glow soft brush, my gel soft brush rather. You can use your H what do you call it? Why am I calling it H? You can use your dam standard. So yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah. You know, yeah. As clay build up and just trying to get that knuckles in, just trying to form the shape. The reason I like using clay build up instead of move brush in some of these cases here is that uh, clay build up allows me to make a shape fast. So I can like, okay, I want this knuckle to just look like this. Yeah. And voila, it's done. So I can just form the shape with clay build up. And because it's kind of rough, it just works kind of. So it's rough because you know you're gonna smooth. So it's just quick shape. It's like adding like raw clay. I'm using my dam stand. It's like adding raw clay and like putting it together and like now smoothing it together with the mesh, kinda. Oops. I think there's something there. Yeah, there is. It's like those tendons. Now I'm trying to be fast and not focusing on sculpt. So anyways, I think this thumb should be a bit puffy. So see why you need poly groups. So when you sculpting, just make anywhere you think it's gonna be tight edges for you to like sculpt something. Just create a poly group for it so that you can just like isolate it and, and work on the mesh pretty well. So I can like create this puff. Now I can select this and like isolate this and start working on it. So just gonna use my clay builder to just puff this out. Just create this puff puff. The shape. For this one, I think doing the move here will make sense. Using each polish here. Draw soft brush. Just draw this. Get that shape. Now let's get that finger shape in. So now I'm just gonna increase the subdivision a bit. Okay, make it soft a bit, then you can just move the edges. That's a finger. Maybe hinges. use this and just puff that a bit, reduce the intensity. Shoot a bit and just give this that stylized. Ooh. I did not know this is gonna take this long. But I'm still gonna post it, and so we're gonna work on this one, and we'll do what we did in the last one. So we'll just scrape that shape. So what we can do is like mask. Yeah. Okay. At this point, I'm just focusing on the sculpt. I'm not even talking anymore to explain anything. It's just like, for me, it's like you get it. Okay. I think this back is fucked up, and I think what I'm missing is something like this. It should taper like this. Yeah, that's what should happen. Kind of looks right. Yep. And that's it. And for yeah, I'm just gonna get something like this. So just emphasize on the bend. Yeah. Just gonna start from here now. I'm just going to align this perfectly well. Jesus Christ. It's 1 hour. It's been 1 hour of sculpting this hand. I'm slow. It's not as fast as it. Yeah, that's so funny. I was thinking I was super fast with this stuff. You know, this feels like a live stream without the chats. I said this should have been. This should have been a live stream. Okay, I think that's good enough. I guess not. Let's see what we can do to make this better. Let's add some crease and look at the reference. Try and mimic the style. Yeah, that's much better. For the final one, we're just gonna start with this. And just, I think it's like this. And I think it's like this. Yeah. And okay. I'm just adding clay build up to fix all the spaces that looks weird. As much as it's supposed to be knuckled there, it's not supposed to be that obvious because it's bending his hand backwards. It's like a female hand kinda. Unisex hand. The hand has no gender. The hand is non-binary right now. So okay. Yeah. So we want to create the fingers for this part. So what we did before, we did this, and I'm using the clay juice of brush here. So I can turn on the lazy mouse with the masking too. And it does this, which is kind of weird. I think it's doing something else. Oh, that's weird. That didn't happen before. Anyways, it still does something. Okay. Use the move to bring this out, bring this out. Bring this out, bring this out, bring this out. And take this up, take this up, take this up, take this up, take this up. This is going to end in 1 hour 30 minutes. I promise. It's too long, man. This is how I take to make my hands, man. It's crazy. Okay. Ooh, what happened here? Okay, let's just fix that. And just fix that. So now we can do that. So pretty much the hand, and since it's bending, this stuff shouldn't be that obvious. Maybe you can just do this. Just to give it a stylized look, I guess. Yep. Yep. And the thing about this aspect of the hand is it's kind of smooth. If you look at it, it's kind of like curved. So I think this hand is fucked up. I don't like it. The shape, I don't like it. So I'm just gonna try and fix it. I think the problem is the width. Yeah. The problem is the width is too fat. Doesn't It's the black sheep of the family of fingers right now, so it's yeah. Let's see if this will fix it. Yeah, it's much better. Much better. Yeah, much better. And that is it. So if you like this, I think the thumb is a bit too small, but I think I'm done. It's a tutorial, so it's like a YouTube tutorial. If there was a cost, then if you like this, if you enjoy this tutorial, I know a lot of people won't get to this aspect of the tutorial, which is the end. But if you like it, please subscribe, all that good stuff, and you can support me on my Coffee page and follow me on social media. The links are down below. And what else? What else? If you guys need my brushes, the brush I use a lot for this, say you need that in the comment, and I'll drop it on my Coffee page for free, and you guys can check it out. You guys can get it. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. So peace.